Number 9. Dog Mom. A tragic incident unfolded in Perth, Australia in September 2023 as 31-year-old Nikita Pill was viciously attacked by her own dogs, Bronx and Harlem, outside her home on a Saturday afternoon. Just before the attack, she posted pictures of her and her canine best friends online with the caption going on and on about how much she adored them. Despite her affectionate social media posts, the dogs turned on her, causing severe injuries to her arms and leg. Nikita remains in a serious condition at the Royal Perth Hotel, scheduled for surgery to save her arm. Witnesses reported hearing Nikita's screams for about 10 minutes before neighbors attempted to intervene. Despite their efforts, they were unable to access the property without endangering themselves due to the aggressive dogs. Bryn Spencer, a neighbor, pleaded with police to intervene, and eventually the authorities managed to stop the attack. However, one of the dogs had to be euthanized due to its injuries. The incident sparked debates about dangerous dog breeds, with some calling for restrictions on certain breeds in Australia. Federal MP Bill Shorten joined the discussion, advocating for a ban on the sale of specific breeds due to concerns about the owner's inability to control them. Nikita's online posts praising her dogs clashed with the horrific reality, prompting online criticism of the breeder who sold her the animals. The breeder, defending her reputation, claimed that Nikita likely attempted to separate the dogs during a fight, leading to the tragic turn of events. Nikita's injuries have resulted in a nationwide debate about dog ownership regulations, highlighting the need for responsible breeding and owner education to prevent similar incidents in the future. Number 8. Cowboy vs. Jaguar. A Brazilian farm worker had a terrifying encounter with a jaguar that resulted in a mangled leg and other serious injuries. The incident occurred in September 2023 on a ranch in the Payaguas region, while the 40-year-old cowhand was investigating a disturbance among his herding dogs. According to a report from Newsflash, the man's companion tried to fend off the jaguar, but their efforts were in vain, and the big cat attacked the man. The dramatic encounter took an unexpected turn when the jaguar chomped into the cowboy's cell phone, which was in one of his pockets. This action caused the phone's lithium-ion battery to explode, startling the jaguar. It quickly retreated into the wild. First responders arrived at the scene to provide assistance to the rancher, who had sustained extensive injuries, including a broken arm and mangled leg. He was subsequently transported to a clinic in Karumba for surgery and further medical attention. Number 7. Ouch, that stings. A woman's tranquil afternoon at Bahia Beach in Ruskin, Florida, turned into a terrifying ordeal when she was impaled by a poisonous stingray in August 2023. Christy Catafo O'Brien of Tampa and her husband had enjoyed a meal before wading into the water. While knee-deep, she suddenly felt an excruciating pain as the ray's barbed stinger stabbed her back. Initially, Christy thought it might be a jellyfish sting, but the pain was severe. Her husband, realizing it was a stingray, urged her not to move. As they waited for help, the stingray thrashed around, driving the barb deeper into her body with every movement. Despite the pain, she remained still, knowing any sudden movement could worsen her condition. After calling 911, it took responders 45 minutes to arrive. Christy was then rushed to the hospital, where surgeons removed the barb. Remarkably, the venomous spike missed puncturing her lungs by a mere 3 centimeters. Currently, she is recuperating, undergoing treatment to counteract the venom and prevent potential infections. Reflecting on the incident, she acknowledged the unpredictable nature of marine life, emphasizing that they were in the creature's territory. Despite living in Florida for a long time, she remained in shock, reminding everyone of the unpredictable dangers lurking beneath the ocean's surface. Number 6. Gator dinner. The daughter of a homeless woman was tragically found in the jaws of a nearly 14-foot-long alligator in Florida. Sabrina Peckham's daughter, Brianna Doris, shared the moment when she initially feared the worst upon learning of the gruesome attack just 50 feet from where her mother had been staying in Largo. 23-year-old Doris expressed her initial hope that the victim would not be her mother, saying, "I hope it's not her, I hope it's not her." Her prayers were dashed when law enforcement officers arrived at her doorstep later that evening, confirming her mother's tragic fate. Doris described the roller coaster of emotions, saying, "Sometimes it's just like you don't remember at all that she is not with us, and then I think that she's going to walk through the door any second, and then you remember, and then all of it comes back." She spoke lovingly about her mother, emphasizing that despite her homelessness, Peckham was always kind to others. The local community has come together to raise funds for Peckham's funeral expenses, offering support and solidarity during this challenging time. Doris expressed her gratitude for the outpouring of support, highlighting that even one person caring about her mother means the world to her. In an emotional Facebook post, Doris shared the deep love for her late mother, conveying her heartfelt wishes for peace and relief from suffering. The cause of death remains undetermined, pending an autopsy, and it remains unclear whether the alligator killed Peckham or if she was already deceased when the attack occurred. The late mother and grandmother had previously faced legal issues, having been arrested for trespassing onto county wetlands in July, but she had recently been released. Number 5. Couple killed by Grizzly. A grizzly bear attack in Banff National Park claimed the lives of experienced Canadian hikers Jenny Goose and Doug Inglis, both 62, and their faithful dog Tris, despite the precautions they had taken against predatory wildlife. According to their friends, the couple was well versed in backcountry hiking and followed every safety measure during their outdoor adventures. Longtime friend, 77-year-old Ron Teether, who had accompanied Jenny and Doug on numerous backcountry canoe trips over the last 2 decades, emphasized their high skill level and cautious approach. He mentioned that they stored their food away from the campsite, hanging it from a tree in an animal-proof container. Ron also highlighted their use of bear-proof food storage, indicating their diligence in wildlife safety. 69-year-old Mark Guttel, a friend and former colleague of Doug, echoed Ron's sentiments, describing the couple as knowledgeable and meticulous in their camping practices. He recalled Doug emphasizing safety precautions, even regarding how far one should go from the tent to pee. The couple had shared their complete 7-day itinerary with Doug's uncle Colin Inglis and maintained contact through a satellite communication device. However, tragedy struck when they informed Colin of their delay, followed by a distressing message about a bear attack. Rescuers found the hikers' mauled bodies in their tent, along with an empty bear spray can and their e-readers still open. The bear believed to be responsible for the attacks was encountered by rescuers, displaying aggression. In self-defense, they shot the bear, which was showing a clear intent to harm. Doug was remembered by friends as a dedicated scientist and a passionate advocate for the environment. Mark described him as a driven individual who often biked to work, wore shorts in colder weather, and deeply cared about nature. Ron emphasized Doug's hard-working nature, recalling pleasant evenings spent discussing work and future plans after their canoeing adventures. Both friends highlighted the strong bond between Doug and Jenny, describing them as deeply devoted to one another. Despite the tragedy, their legacy lives on through the memories of their close friends, who fondly recall the shared memories of joy and the camaraderie with the adventurous couple. Number 4. Gourd by Bull. A tragic incident unfolded during a bull running festival in the town of Pobla de Farnals in eastern Spain in September 2023. An unnamed Spanish man was fatally gorged in the side by a bull named Cocinero. Despite swift medical attention and being rushed to the hospital, he succumbed to his injuries, as confirmed by authorities on a Sunday. Another Spanish man was also gorged in the leg by the same bull, but is reported to be in a stable condition in the hospital. The festival, where bulls are released into the streets and participants dash ahead of them, is a tradition observed in over 1,820 Spanish municipalities each year, as revealed by a recent survey conducted by animal rights organizations, Anima Naturalis and CAS International. Despite their popularity, these events have come under scrutiny, with activists arguing that they are dangerous and cruel. In recent years, debates over whether to abolish these traditions have intensified, raising questions about their ethical implications. Number 3. Bat bite. An Australian woman, Sandy Galloway, is living in fear after a terrifying encounter with a bat during her vacation in Cairns, Queensland in October 2023. Galloway and her husband were returning to their hotel after coffee with friends when she felt something flying close to her head. In an attempt to protect herself, she waved her hand but felt a sharp sting on her forehead. Despite being partially blind, she tried to dismiss the incident, convincing herself it might have been a spider bite. However, her daughter informed her of a potential danger. Australian bats can transmit lyssavirus, a deadly disease that attacks the nervous system. Although Australian bats don't carry rabies, lyssavirus has a 100% mortality rate in the country. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Galloway sought medical help and received a series of vaccinations to prevent the virus. In light of her frightening experience, Galloway is calling on the local government to relocate the flying foxes in Cairns to ensure the safety of residents and tourists. Cairns Regional Council is currently evaluating the situation and plans to take appropriate measures to address the issue. This incident serves as a reminder of the potential risks associated with wildlife encounters and highlights the importance of public awareness and preventative measures to ensure the safety of communities. Number 2. Egyptian Shark. In June 2023, a tragic shark attack claimed the life of a Russian man off the coast of one of Egypt's Red Sea resorts near Hurghada. Although his identity was confirmed by the Russian consulate in Hurghada, his name was not disclosed. He was identified as a Russian citizen born in 1999, residing permanently in Egypt and not a tourist, as some media outlets have incorrectly reported. The attack occurred in the waters of the Red Sea and involved a tiger shark as the aggressor. Egyptian authorities swiftly responded, closing off a 46-mile stretch of coastline as a precautionary measure. The Environment Ministry of Egypt managed to capture the shark responsible for the rare attack and initiated a thorough examination in a laboratory to understand the reasons behind this unusual behavior. A video of the incident circulated online, depicting the victim struggling in the water while being repeatedly attacked by the circling shark before being pulled beneath the surface. Despite the efforts of onlookers and a lifeguard from a nearby hotel who raised the alarm, they were unable to reach the victim in time, resulting in the tragic outcome. Shark attacks are frequent in the coastal regions of the Red Sea. However, in 2022, Hurghada witnessed 2 fatal shark attacks within days of each other, involving victims from Austria and Romania. According to the International Shark Attack File, tiger sharks, commonly found in tropical and temperate waters, are among the species most frequently associated with unprovoked attacks on humans. Egypt's Red Sea resorts are renowned for their stunning beaches and diverse marine life, making them sought-after destinations for European tourists and diving enthusiasts. The region's vibrant coral reefs attract divers with their rich and colorful sea ecosystems. Egypt has been making efforts to revive its tourism sector in recent years, facing challenges such as political instability, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the conflict in Ukraine. These shark attacks unfortunately add another obstacle to the country's struggle in the tourism industry. Number 1. Mountain lion. In 2004, in Orange County, California, a mountain lion attacked and killed 35-year-old cyclist Mark Reynolds. This devastating incident marked the 6th fatal mauling of a human by a mountain lion in California since the first in 1994. The attack took place on a popular trail in the rugged Orange County foothills. Reynolds, while cycling, faced misfortune when the chain on his bike snapped, rendering him vulnerable to a lurking mountain lion. As he crouched down to fix his bike, the mountain lion likely perceived him as prey and launched a brutal assault, dragging him off the trail. Reynolds' lifeless body remained undiscovered until late afternoon that fateful day. Tragically, the same mountain lion later attacked another cyclist, Ann Yeller, who was rescued by fellow riders and subsequently hospitalized in serious condition. In response, authorities made the difficult decision to euthanize the 110-pound mountain lion responsible for the attacks. Additionally, any mountain lion found near the trail was shot and killed to safeguard public safety. The Whiting Ranch Wilderness Park, where the attacks occurred, was promptly closed indefinitely. Wildlife experts emphasize the rarity of mountain lion attacks on humans, highlighting that these animals typically avoid human contact. However, when such attacks occur, victims are often in vulnerable positions, much like Reynolds was. Factors such as increased human development encroaching upon wild areas have contributed to a rise in these unfortunate incidents. Reynolds had relocated to Southern California to indulge in his passion for biking year-round. He was remembered as an outgoing and generous soul who quietly donated bicycles to underprivileged children during the holiday season. And the other victim shared Mark's love for cycling, frequently exploring the trails in the same area. She was admired by her riding companions for her strength and humility. Thanks for watching. Would you rather be impaled by a stingray or have a jaguar take a bite out of your leg? Let us know in the comments below and remember to subscribe. See you next time on Bad Badger.